Okay, this is my fourth video, and this another topic that, like I say, I always give a shout out to SARS WP and everybody because, they basically where I get a lot of my knowledge from, and I research it, and, I put my own spin on it, but you could call it regurgitated, probably so, perhaps. I'm not saying it's not, but it's my interpretations of this. And my whole idea of black woman's validation is like majority of black women, like SARS WP said, they don't look for validation for black men because our validation of them is invalid. The validation that they look for is actually the validation of white men. And like I said, when if I'm gonna just be honest, because I do look at adult movies, I'm gonna keep it 100. I do. So I'm gonna break this down. If you notice, when you go on any kind of like X videos or Pornhub, and you'll see there, you pull up, just put in black porn stars, black women porn stars. Just put that up in there. And when you come up, what you will have is pictures of videos and pictures of a lot of black women having sex with white men. You might see every once in a while, you'll see a picture of a black man having, in the pictures having sex with a black woman, but the whole image is bombarded with pictures of black men having sex with black women, and it could be like the next door black chick or the hood rat Keisha chick getting ran through by a whole bunch of white dudes like what's her name, Beauty Dior. So when you pull this shit up, you'll see most of these black women, and you go to some of them women's sites, like Mariah Mills, most of them, they'll be having sexual, they have a lot more interracial videos, especially hers, primarily with white dudes. Even though I seen her a few years ago on Wendy Williams, when Wendy Williams had a show talking about she looking for a man. And you had Wendy Williams look at her and say, how you looking at her physique? And I said, her physique is fake as fuck. She got fake ass, fake titties, just fake hair, just broad is just fucking built by Mattel and Hasbro. So, and that's the same thing with Victoria Cakes. And now you see Victoria Cakes, you looking at her body, and that's how I ran into a video of her in another video, and you look at how trifling her body look. I mean, this chick got all kind of spots on her body and shit. That's because your body starts to reject those plastic parts that don't belong in your body. Those parts actually don't belong in your body, so your body is attacking those. Your immune system and body is attacking those parts, and eventually, a lot of people don't know, your body has a lot of corrosive juices in it. This is what people don't understand about the human body. You actually are walking toxic waste dump. Real talk, you're a walking biohazard. You're a walking toxic waste dump. Why you think during the Vietnam War, what the Vietnamese used to do? They always shoot in buckets and shit, and take and put like little fucking needles sticking up, booby traps with, where they don't have to do nothing but touch you one time, and you have soldiers, American soldiers, getting real sick and getting flew out, or they die because they got infected by, shitty darts and shit. But nevertheless, your body start rejecting foreign elements that don't belong, and that's why you have a lot of these chicks that go and get the BBLs and shit Their bodies, like if you look at Victoria Kate's body, she got all these damn spots like a fucking leopard on her body. And then on top of that, you know, when you go and get BBLs and you don't work out and shit, it start to make your body just look sloppy. You know, sloppy to the point where if you look at how when she before she got them, but when she first got the BBLs, in contrast to how she look now. And on top of that, you got motherfucking a lot of these women eat a lot, so they ain't gonna keep their physiques. Like Chanel Hart. Chanel Hart, one of, if you go back and look at her video, old shit, and then you look at her now, you can tell where she's eating a lot and she's turning into quickly turning into a BBW, not even slower. She is turning actually to a BBW. Go look at her pictures, and then you look at Chanel Hart pictures now, and she getting big. And I'm gonna tell you where a lot of that shit from. That come from stress eating, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the women that get in that industry, that's their only income. That's their only income. A lot of them, they make a lot of money doing that, doing adult movies, and they do all kind of scenes because that's how they get paid. And they do a lot of scenes for white men, and it ain't even so much that they attracted to white men. They just do it because it's a way of making money. And a lot of time those white producers, white porn producers, which are ran by the Jewish mafia. A lot of motherfuckers don't know that the adult industry is ran by the Jewish mafia, the so-called children of God. But let me hold that down, because they'll try to flag my channel saying I'm being anti-Semitic when I'm not. I'm just stating the fact that's who run the adult industry. So that right there, they'll try to flag this video and say I'm saying hate speech when I'm not saying no hate speech. All I'm just stating is a fact. They do run a lot of the entertainment business. They do run sports. They do run the banking system. They do run finances. That's not being anti-Semitic for calling it out. That's reality. But back to the subject at hand, you'll see a lot of these videos where a lot of sisters do all kind of outrageous sexual acts with white men. Now, I'm going to say you do got videos where you got black dudes doing the same thing to white women, are doing the same thing to sisters, which, you know, it is what it is. But you notice mostly when you pull it up, and you will mostly see, when you pull up black adult stars, you will see out front, you know, black chicks having sex with white dudes. But you go put in another search engine, white chicks like black BBC, and first thing they first is show you some black women with black dudes, and then you might see a spittle spatter interaction with black men and white women. Real talk. But they ain't even, the funny odd enough thing is, it ain't even a lot of the black men that actually sub or pay. I don't pay for this shit. I'm not gonna pay for no adult site and shit. It's not that damn serious. You know, not that damn serious. I might look at it every now and then, you know, keep it 100. I'm not no liar, but I'm not gonna pay no money. It's just like on Twitter. I was hit up and sent a message by what's her name? Cherokee. So I didn't know who the fuck she was, because like I said, you know, I don't know these. I just see you a porn star, you do porn. You know, certain ones I see a lot, but I got hit up on Twitter by her, and I didn't know who she was until somebody told me, what, you been sleeping under a rock? You don't know who you don't know what Cherokee is? Fuck no, man. I ain't, you know, shit, I ain't even that serious to try to find out. I just know some of them feel, some of them, when I see them on Vlad, like I knew Chanel Hart when she was on Vlad. I knew what's her name, Naomi Banks, when she came on Vlad, and a few other white porn stars that came on Vlad, like Kelly, Kelly Divine and shit like that. When she, basically the white women can admit when they wish they could have did something more better than doing adult movie. They say that's what they actually admit where they fucked up at. Where black women in the adult industry, they double down on the shit. They double down on it so hard, they go hard in the paint. It's pretty much like Sergeant WP said, wherever black people to do, they try to excel at the shit. No matter if you're a Christian, you try to out Jesus, out Muhammad as a Muslim. You try to out Muhammad. Whatever black, if a black man gay, they try to be really flamboyant or try to go all the way out. Black people try to go all the way out for the wrong things, except for the shit that actually is tangible and makes sense and that is right. That's gonna benefit the people community as a whole. They don't excel at that. They're like, oh, but anything that's stupid, that's goofy as fuck, they'll roll that shit till the wheels fall off. And this is what I'm talking about. This with the black female adult stars. They'll roll that shit out and do all these videos with primarily a lot of white dudes. And keep in mind, now these women are not gonna ever be wifed up. And if somebody wife them up, they gotta be a straight, complete fucking simp. Because ain't no way those women should be wifed up. They're not wifey material. It's just like the end result of them getting with someone. For instance, prime example of this shit. You got a lot, if you notice, a lot of these black porn stars, female porn stars, they are in relationships or married to guys who are fucking, homosexuals or fucking bums. Because those guys are the only guys that they'll be eligible to get. And you got you got those women, they don't want those kind of guys, but they want the top tier men, like Jason Black had what's her name, Bethany Benz. And Bethany Benz so delusional with her mindset that she thought she should be able to get a motherfucker high value. She said she want a high value black man. She said, yeah, she do adult movies with white men, but she want a high value, she attracted to black men. Well, Jason Black told you ain't gonna be eligible for those type of men because your track record. And a lot of these women, whether it be Jada Fire, Beauty Dior, or all these sisters, man, got a jacket. And see, I don't give a fuck as a woman, whether you white or black in that industry, that shit follow you. That shit gonna follow you. And a lot of them women gonna die alone. I'm just keeping it 100. I can tell some of them know that. Some of them know that, like Jada Fire, man, when she up there trying to shoot a shot at Drake. Drake blew her ass off and hung the phone up on her on Joe Budden's show. He just click, hung up the phone on her when she tried to shoot a shot at Drake. And I'm like, what makes you think that you can go after Drake? Drake can get any motherfucking woman he wants. And he could get any woman he wants. Why he gotta deal with her with all that high body count? And she damn near old enough to be his mom. I mean, she old enough to be Drake's mom. I'm older than Jada Fire. You old enough to be his fucking mom. So you got a lot of these sisters, man, that body count that exceed over my miles of driving, over my 100 mile, million mile mark out here driving on the highway, which I am damn near 100. I'm over a million mile drive. I'm like damn near getting ready to hit 2 million in driving. That's how many of these women body counts are. And a lot of these women, some of them know the fact that they know they ain't gonna be able to find that eligible guy that's gonna take them in. And even if they did want to change their lives all the way around to be different, pretty much like Black China trying to, got baptized. She removing her BBLs and shit like that. And a lot of people like, look at that. I said, you know what? I ain't gonna get mad at her. That's a good step. I'm proud of her. Even though she ain't gonna be able to get the men, she ain't gonna be able to get those desired men like that because her track record. You can't get no high value man with that kind of lifestyle. That kind of lifestyle that you involved, especially in the adult industry. What type of guy would want to take you to a business meeting? Just hey, I ask any of these women that say they think they can get a high value man guy. What kind of guy would want to take you to a business meeting or corporate business meeting where these guys, white or black, in adult, and what guy would want to do that? Be with you like that, and then they'll be questioned about. They'll lose probably a deal on that because they figure like, look who he choose for a wife. No, not to work with him. With he make bad decisions on who he choose as a wife. You see what I mean? And when you get with these women, you making a bad decision. When you date these adult stars, you get into a relationship with, it's best off that they'd be better off dating men that's in the industry with them. But those guys don't date them. And if odd thing enough is, the guys that do adult movies, they can move on and live productive lives and shit and have families. How I know? Hey, fucking, I ran to motherfucking, homeboy, what's his name? Fucking Brian Long out here driving the truck. Me and him drove for the same goddamn company. I bullshit you not. We both drove for CRST Van Expedited. And I seen that nigga. I'm like, damn, don't I know you from somewhere? He started shaking his head. Like, man, I get that all the time. And I had lost his phone number. I had his phone number, man. And we used to have debates all the time. And I told him, man, I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. Those women you smash, they are not going to be marriage material. He like, oh, man, how you know that? I'm like, man, ain't nobody going to marry them, dude. I said the dynamics are different between you smashing them because you are deified as a man by smashing these hot chicks. That's why it ain't gonna be nothing but a walk in the park for you. You could get out here and you could be out here and be like, the guys can look up to you. Like, damn, man, you smashed a lot of these bad bitches and shit. I told them that you ain't gonna be, you can go back into society and nobody ain't gonna even notice you because guys, that's the way society is. This the flip side. This the flip side of patriarchy and matriarchy. It's the flip side, which women want to try to change, but they ain't gonna never change that. It's just the way it is. It's a double standard, but that's just the way it is. It's like a double standard where women that look attractive vet and choose the men that they want. They can turn the average guy down just because they feel like he ain't making enough money. And men might see that's not fair, but it's the way it is. So that's something that men accept. But they don't accept the shit that they gotta deal with because the shit they gotta deal with is reality, and that's one of the realities. So another thing too with that, when you have the black women who primarily do mostly white guys, you had Naomi Banks on Vlad was wondering why she don't get paid as much as white women that do adult porn with black men, and it's not considered interracial sex when it's black women and white men. Wherever it is, when you got a Becky, big boob blonde Becky, riding on a black Johnson, licking the lolly stick, licking the chocolate stick. It is fucking fetishized and fucking like a taboo. So the reason why women get paid more money is because it's what you call fetish taboo sex. Whereas with white men and black women, it's not a big deal because we always told black women, white men always had access to your womb. From the plantation on down to now, they always had access. Even during the height of the civil rights movement, and you had black women having orgies in the South. These white men had orgies with black women in the South while they would lynch a black dude. A young kid will get lynched like Emmett Till, get lynched and beat to death for just so much as just even, not even looking at, just staring at a white woman. Like a whole linchpin for the Tulsa massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma was because a poor little 13-year-old black kid was operating the elevator, fell on this white woman, and the white woman cried out rape, and they used us as a catalyst to destroy Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. You know, and then on top of that, it was the backdrop of the Birth of a Nation movie, where you had all these, in this movie you had white men in blackface running around raping white women, when it actually was the projection of their shit. They was projecting themselves on black people, on black men, because they was doing that shit. So in return, they thought if black men ever get any kind of providence, they thought that black men would do the same thing, when actuality is all we just wanted to do is be left alone. They didn't want to live, and they didn't want us to be inside their communities. So we set our own communities up, you know, for ourselves, and yet they came through and destroyed them because they were during the Great Depression. Those communities were doing very well better than them because we practiced group economics, and on top of that, we all we had. At that time, we were all we had. So they destroyed many thriving black communities. So many, I could just call out a few, but just to call these ones out that's known, it would take all goddamn day, all fucking damn evening, just to call these incidents happen, where you had towns that are now lake towns that's underwater because the white people wanted to cover up the massacres, so they flooded the towns and shit and made lake towns and shit out of them. Where even today, if they'll put boats out there on those lakes and shit, those boats on those lakes and shit, and you get a GPS tracker, an underwater GPS tracker, you'll notice that it's structures up under water, up under those lakes. Use lakes that you think that never existed before, but they done now in Arkansas, Mississippi, shit like that, where they be fishing, and then they are like boating and fishing reserves and shit. But up under those towns, there are black towns up under there, and you got white folks up there talking about, we don't owe black people no reparations. Why we gotta pay for something that I didn't do? I didn't own no slaves, but it ain't even that slavery. It's the shit that happened after slavery. But let me get back on something, because I'm veering off like Sarge WP do. But just you'll notice that all white men have always had access to black women. That's nothing new. That's why when black women always talk about swirling and divesting and shit, that's why a lot of white men don't care about marrying them, because they know they got with them, they got access to free twat. They don't have to pay that much. David Curl said they whiteness covers a multitude of sins and imperfections. And they can do whatever they want with black women. Hell, they can even kill black women, delete them out somewhere, and leave them out there in Utah, or Salt Lake, out there in Utah, and leave you out there in the mountains for motherfucking coyote and gray wolf and grizzly bear and black bear food. And nobody won't come look for you. And then because all they see is you a black girl, and when you do find you some capper up there, find your corpse laying right there as a black woman, they report you. You know what they do? Instead of investigating, they got a black woman in the middle of nowhere where ain't no black people are not for hundreds of miles around, but yet they find your black ass up there in the damn woods and shit, and then they just put a cold case on you. Don't know how you got up there. Then they find out who you are over there at, they mark you down as a cold case because they don't want to investigate because you're not important to them. As far as they concerned, you ain't nothing but a probably was a dead prostitute that he picked up somewhere in Wyoming or Colorado. And this how these people think of you. And when we tell you all this shit, y'all say, y'all just hating. Y'all just don't want black women to be happy. I said, shit, you find happiness where you find happiness. But them are the realities. You know, them are the realities of it. And see, they'll use that and say this is why when you talk about black women getting deleted, they never use that to say this is why the number of black women being deleted. They always want to point at black men when the fucking statistics point out that it's more black men that get killed by black women, but they don't never point them statistics out. You got black videos where you got black women running over brothers, shooting brothers. Y'all already had recently where a brother killed another brother, killed another, the sister killed this brother, shot her own husband, killed him. Because she thought he was cheating with somebody. Come to find out, the man wasn't even cheating. He actually just got off work, killed this man for nothing. Now, the kids lost a father and they lost a mother that probably would have been no good any goddamn way as a mother, because we all know a lot of these black single moms are horrible moms. They're horrible. And you have a lot of single women raising these boys, and these boys ain't gonna know how to interact with no women because they raised by women. And they will get with a woman and be used. Unless that woman show them the game, teach them the game of how these women move. But I digress on that one. But anyway, like I said, a lot of these black women in adult movies, whether they like white men or not, that's what you see primarily when you go on there. You'll see a whole lot of black women in videos with white dudes, or doing 3 or 4 white dudes wearing Confederate flags and shit like that. And not to say that you don't have brothers doing that word. That's why the FOI came down on the Jewish mafia for they were using the Nation of Islam, that guys in the porn industry were dressed up like the FOI and having white girls doing like Mandingo parties with her. And the Nation of Islam came down on that shit and said, oh, you ain't gonna use us, so they stopped doing it. Well, Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists ain't gonna stop that, because to them, their idea of dominating black women is they think they have a superiority over black men, when actually black men really at this point don't even give a fuck no more. They really don't. This is a problem why a lot of black women are that diverse this world. A lot of them do that shit anyway. It's not no genuine thing for that they really want a white man. They just want to sit up there and do the shit for validation, because they feel that they get white man validation. They laughing in the face of black men. They're like, I got me a white man, I got me a zaddy. And basically that's what that's all about. Ain't even so much that they even want to be with a white, actually want that dude. They just use them as pink poodles, and eventually those white guys figure it out that they've been used and they up. It's like the chick in Utah. This is the most little ghetto-ass little heifer ever, with this little fat redneck that got skin like rotten salami. This dude fat and she little skinny little black chick. Sound like she from the hood. And all I'm telling you what that's all about, because that little girl wasn't getting shoes by Tyrone and Lil Rico up there in Salt Lake City, because they was with the white chicks. And the white dude, the fat leprechaun little white dude, he was mad because the white women he desired and wanted wasn't checking for him. So you got two people who are misery love company. But hey, this is my take on this video. Hey, like and subscribe. Over and out.